Your hybrid teaching setup is your mission control for ensuring that you can give the best possible experience for your in-person students as well as your at-home students during concurrent hybrid learning. Here are 3 tips for your hybrid teaching setup. Ooh, so nice. Howdy folks, my name is Thom Gibson and this channel is all about helping middle school STEM teachers design an engaging classroom experience for their students and a fulfilling teaching experience for themselves. The first tip for your hybrid teaching setup is get a standing desk, particularly a rolling one if you've got the space to move through a classroom. This standing desk is by a company called ApexDesk. They sent me this desk for free, but are not paying me for this video. They're not sponsoring this video. They just asked that I'd give my honest feedback on this desk in a video. I do have an Amazon link down in the description, which is an affiliate link, which if you do purchase it, I'll get a commission of that sale, but it won't change the cost to you. So I wanted to say that before I said anything else about the desk. This desk is pretty similar to the one that was provided by my school, which is over there. That one doesn't go up and down though. The nice thing about this one is that it can come up to this height, which is about the bottom of my chest, which is a really good standing height for me. I'm about 5'11", and then it goes down about that high. Now, the only thing that I don't really like about this though is if I'm sitting in a regular chair, this is the lowest it goes. And I don't know if you can really tell, this is still really high for a sitting desk. So I don't really see this as a sitting standing desk. It is marketed as a sit stand desk. I think you would have to use a stool to get this set up to be a sitting and standing desk. It isn't motorized though. It just has this lever right here, which is a lot like the bottom of like your office chair. And it just takes a little bit of force to kind of push it down, and then it kind of comes up a little bit easier. So if I was gonna use a sit stand situation, I think I would need a stool because this feels a little bit more manageable, and that actually goes lower than I need it to when I am on a stool. So I would probably lift it right here if I was sitting on this stool. But we've been sitting so much for remote teaching, and I know typically when I teach in a normal year, I'm standing almost the entire time. So just getting yourself up and out of the chair, it gives you a little bit more energy, which allows you to deliver your content a little bit better, and is just much more engaging for your in-person students and your at-home students than you just kind of crouched over on your computer sitting down in the corner. The desk does have wheels, which is nice. At first, I didn't realize that they were locked. I was like, gosh, these do not move at all. But if you unlock them, they move pretty fluidly, even on this kind of carpeted floor. And you don't have to have a fancy elevating desk to have a standing desk situation. In the science room that I teach in, I just use a stack of books, and now I have this standing desk situation. Zoom students right here, in-person students here. So just get a stack of books. The second tip for your hybrid teaching setup is to use 2 to 3 devices if you have the capacity to. And so maybe you have a school issued computer as well as an iPad, or maybe the school gives you a desktop like the one that's over here and you've got your own laptop. I would pick the more powerful of the 2 computers to be the main computer that you work off of. And then the more limited device, whether it's a Chromebook or whether it's an iPad or something, use that device for what you want to project to the students in the classroom. Originally, I was just using my main computer, and then I was projecting my main computer, and I thought, well, let me just project it onto the screen, and then the kids in here will be able to see everything on the screen, and then the kids at home will be able to see it because I'm screen sharing as well. But when I was projecting my main computer, I was also projecting things like the private chat up onto the screen, and the students in the classroom will be able to see that. That kind of defeats the purpose of having a private chat if I'm going to project it on the screen for all my in-person students to see it. When I do my laptop with my iPad, I log into Zoom with both devices, and there's a lot more with that workflow that I'm going to link in a different video right there on specifically how I use my iPad. But the general premise is both are in Zoom. I work off of this one and then I project the iPad. The iPad basically becomes another student perspective, and that's what I'm projecting up on the screen. But having a couple devices gives you a little bit more screen real estate, and then you can kind of designate different devices to do different tasks in your hybrid classroom. Your third tip for your hybrid teaching setup is to set up your camera as much as you can at eye level. And then make sure you are actually looking at that camera during class, because when you're looking at that camera, you're making eye contact with your students at home. If your camera is more at waist level, 1, that's less flattering because it's an up shot. 2, you're a lot less likely to actually look at the camera because you'll be looking at all the students in here and you won't think to look down at your students. And then it also feels like you're looking down at your students as opposed to making that eye contact a little bit closer to eye level. I like having this little cheap webcam that the school provided with this flexible tripod just to elevate it a little bit more above my laptop. And the quality of the webcam is a little bit better than the quality of the built-in camera. One little zoom tip is if you go into the video settings and then when you click on your webcam, if you click to enable HD, a lot of these webcams will give you a wider view, which ends up just kind of looking a little bit better and gets a little bit more in your shot. Yes, they are probably at home playing Minecraft, not even paying attention, so maybe it doesn't matter for some of your students, but the ones that are still trying to stay connected and engage with what you're doing in the classroom are gonna feel so much more connected if it feels like you're actually looking at them during class. Your students wanna be seen even if it's remote, even if it's virtual, even if it's just through a camera lens. Having the webcam set up the way it is right now allows me to kind of look at my students, and while I'm kind of scanning, I look at the camera while I'm talking as well, and then keep going, because I just treat that as another student because it is another student. It's a group of students that are there in my class with me. And so now that you've got some of your video set up, the next biggest obstacle is audio. And I've got another video right there that is gonna walk you through how to avoid all of the audio issues that come up, like your at-home students not hearing the in-person students, or the in-person students unmuting and getting all sorts of feedback. Click on the video to learn how to set up your audio in the hybrid classroom and avoid some of those issues. Thanks for watching, and I will see you over in the other video.